Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but it's expensive. Ah!
Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right. And here's another one. They wanted independence, so they got independence. And of course, they're complaining about how expensive independence is. Stick around, because she's gonna show us exactly why she's single.
I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all 4 brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the
Ladies, in case you didn't know, there's a squealing noise your brakes makes constantly, so it lets you know it's time for you to change your brakes. Let me guess, she completely ignored it. And as a result, the brake pads wore all the way down to the rotors, which makes the job even more expensive. Now, I wonder why her man didn't tell her, oh, that's right, I'm sorry.
And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500, so I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours, and it wasn't even like fun, you know? Fuck.
So does she think it's fun to spend $1,100 on a brake job when a man has to pay for it?
Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work, and it's just to pay off like your basic necessities.
Welcome to a man's world.
And you can't, like, in this city that I live in, public transport, please. If I were to do public transport, it's like asking to get raped, and I really shouldn't be crying because now I have to go to another work event, and now I'm gonna be all puffy.
You just what? You want to give up? Absolutely not. All the men out here, we're rooting for you, and we will not let you give up on being strong and independent. No, ma'am, we will not do it. You gonna hang right on in there. Hey, somebody give her a hug.
Living is so expensive. Just keeping yourself alive and floating is so expensive. And what I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted.
Yeah, rudely interrupted by your own emotions.
Is if I were to take public transport here, especially for my job requires a car. I have to have a bunch of shit that I have to lug with me for work. And I can't do that with public transport.
So from now on, to keep the brake costs low, get your tires rotated every 3,000 miles when you get your oil change, and have them check the brakes to make sure that they change them before they tear up the rotors. I wonder why her man didn't, oh damn, that's right, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting.
I'm venting. Inflation sucks. Just living in America sucks. Living alone sucks. It's great, but it sucks.
All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, now put your hands up.
Because you have to front all the expenses by yourself.
Duh.
I need a husband just so that I can live. So we can split the bills.
No. Strong and independent women do not do 50-50 with husbands, because according to modern Western women, that would make him a roommate. So you either get a roommate or stop complaining on social media about how expensive it is to be independent. But did you notice that she went straight for the I need a husband when it came down to paying bills and not for companionship? Now, let's see if we can figure out why this woman is single.
Please tell me how I look like this. I have a scratched cornea, and this guy comes up to me, gives me a handshake, but not just like one-handed handshake. It's a two-handed handshake, like grabs me, and he goes, I need your phone number immediately. So in my state of shock, because I felt like this guy was not going to leave me alone unless I gave him my phone number, I gave him my Google phone number and then texted him, and he goes, what time are you getting off? And I lied, and I said I get off in like 30 minutes after my shift. And then he said, what are you doing after your shift? And I'm like, putting eye drops in my eyeball because I have a scratched cornea. And he's like, what are you doing after that? Excuse me.
Okay, so if you're telling the truth, you are getting approached by men.
I'm at Walmart right now, and this guy comes up to me as I'm minding my own business, and he goes, you look nice today. What is it about men coming up to me when I look my most disheveled, wanting to give me a compliment and shake my hand? I don't remember what his name was, but I was like, thanks, and I walked away. Like,
Okay, so if you're telling the truth, men are approaching you once again, telling you that you look nice in your regular plain attire, being polite by shaking your hand, and you just walk away. Have any of you guys ever been out there and seen a woman that you're attracted to and all she has on is a hoodie and some jeans? For some of us, we like the plain Jane looking women, but I guess nobody told her that. All that makeup and stuff is overrated. Waiting for someone to fall madly in love with me while spending every day in bed. So you just told us that 2 guys approached you and you blew them both off, but you'd rather spend all your days in bed alone. Let's look at the comments from the men. Hey, I make $1,000 a week. I'm single. Let's go. And her response is,
Where are we going? Your mom's house?
so a man says he makes $1,000 a week, which is $4,000 a month, and you're laughing at it? See, this is why these women stay single. Didn't she say in the first video that she needed a husband to pay half the bills?
I need a husband just so that I can live. So we can split the bills.
But when one comes with $4,000 a month to help you out, you laugh at him. Remind me again why she's single. I believe a man is the provider and the head of the home, and he has to resolve most issues, including all of this. But if they only want you to survive, that's not love, it's need. Love must be first. Godly patriarchy is good.
Since when is the patriarchy godly? Where do you draw the line between something that you want to complain about but something that you want to benefit from at the same time? Pick a lane.
Notice he said godly patriarchy. Definition of patriarchy: a system of society or government in which the father or the eldest male is the head of the family and descent is traced through the male line, which means nothing more than the man is in charge. And of course, she doesn't want that. She wants to make all the decisions. Well, you're strong and independent, paying all your own bills, including getting your car fixed and paying for it. So your household is a matriarchy. Definition of matriarchy: system of society or government ruled by a woman or women. So stop complaining about how expensive things are and just pay your own bills.
let's see what this man has to say to me. Okay, he said, we hate doing laundry and all the lady stuff. That's a pretty loaded sentence right there, but it just keeps going, okay? So let's just tackle the first part of the first sentence. Laundry is a chore, despite gender, that everyone hates doing, okay? The second part of the first sentence says, and all the lady stuff. Michael Hernandez, with your photo attached to it. Care to elaborate to the class? What do you infer by lady stuff?
Woman, stop playing dumb.
And then he proceeds to say, it just goes to prove that a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man. But the trick is to find the right one, right? Find you a man, my dear.
And Michael is really on to something, because weren't you just crying about needing a husband because you were tired of struggling by yourself?
So you're telling me what to do. You're also implying that you want a slave in the house to do the things that you don't want to do. So what is the benefit to us?
And there you have it right there. In her very first video, she was complaining because the cost of the brakes was beyond the amount that she could afford. And how much you want to bet she took that car to the shop and it was a man that fixed the brakes? While she was in the car boo-hooing, if she had access to a man who could fix those brakes for her and it wouldn't cost her anything, you think she'd let him do it? You know, doing man stuff? Of course she would. Then she says she wants a husband so he can pay half the bills. But now when you mention woman stuff, you know, cleaning and doing laundry, now all of a sudden she's being told what to do and she's a slave. So now we know exactly why she's single. How many times do you think she's seen a commercial where they were promoting laundry detergent and cleaning products and they show a woman using those products? Just about every single time. When she watches those commercials, do you think she gets offended and calls the company and complains that they're showing women being used as slaves? Of course not. These are the women who want the man to work hard all day, and then when he comes home, his woman tells him the brakes on her car are acting funny, to go out there and either fix it or take it to the shop and pay for it to get fixed. Or the sink is backed up, fix it. Or the electrical issue is happening, fix it. Or the hot water tank is not producing hot water, fix it with no complaints. But the minute you ask them to do something that is considered woman's work and has been since the beginning of time, all of a sudden, there's a problem. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Fellas, always check a woman's social media to see what videos she's putting out there before you start dating her. And if you see her making videos like this, I have 3 words for you. Run, Forrest, run. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raulh. See you in another video.
I need a husband just so that I can live. So we can split the bills.
So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.